welcome to my channel. My name's Candace, So Addicted. Today we're going to be making the candy bag by Petal Patterns. Let me walk you through the bag really quick. So it has a crossbody strap. It has elbow length handles. It has a front slip pocket. I used a magnetic snap here. It has a recessed zipper. The interior has a zipper pocket and a slip pocket. What I think is really cool about this bag is the unique sides, the gussets. Don't be intimidated. They're actually really fun to do. Learn some new skills. Has a really cool detail for the crossbody strap on the sides of the bag. But yeah. This is a really cute bag. It's a good size. It's 9 inches high, 12.5 inches wide, and it has a 4-inch base. So if you're ready to sew along with me, let's get started. Hey guys, so today we are sewing the candy bag. It is a pattern by Petal. We're making the large size, and the dimensions are 9 by 12.5 by 4. And I am sewing on a Consew 205 RB1. I am using Tech 70 thread, and I get it from Siah. And I am also using, for my needles, I'm using a Gratz Beckert needle. It is size 110-18, and that seems to work the best in my sewing machine. So for the pieces, so we have a middle, front, center, and then we have the main front side pieces. You'll need 2 of those. We have our contrast strap. You'll need 2 of those. We have our side. So I'm using a shiny chocolate, and then this is the faux like alligator. So we need 2 side pieces. We need 1 main back piece. We need 1 front pocket center piece. Front pocket side pieces. We need a flap, the back and the front. And your side pieces, these front pocket side pieces, you'll need a mirrored. So they'll need to be mirrored, 1 of each. And then the bottom. And then we have our handles. Oh, nope, the bottom, and then the gusset, side gussets, and then our handles. And then we have our strap connector. And then we have our contrast lining top. So that is all the exterior pieces that you'll need. Oh, and then the pieces for our recessed zipper. There's 4 of those. Okay, and then for the interior, the slip pocket piece, you'll need 2 of those. Front main centerpiece, center, zipper pocket lower part, zipper pocket inner part, side pieces also mirrored, and then a front pocket lining piece. So those are all of our pieces. I have my 2 zipper pieces cut. I'm going to use this burgundy color for my zippers. And then I'm using bronze hardware. So you'll need a a push lock, and then your swivel hooks and your strap connectors and your zipper pulls and your zipper end piece. And then she has the measurements for you to cut out the crossbody strap, but I am going to use a handmade crossbody strap. So those are all our pieces. So let's get to sewing. Okay, so we're going to start with our handles. And I've already prepped these, so you're going to, depending on which size you're making, you're going to mark halfway, do a halfway mark, and then do some double-sided sticky tape right along that halfway mark. Then you're going to fold your edges to the center. So this is going to be more of a sew along video rather than a tutorial. So if I don't say anything while I'm sewing, then I'll kind of tell you what I'm doing, but I'm really not going to do like a tutorial type a video. My finger's bleeding again. So these are our handles. Just getting those prepped, and we'll sew those. I need to go put a band-aid on really quick. I'll be right back. Okay. So I got this vinyl from Bo-Dee-Oh a couple of years back, and I just haven't used it. I thought, oh, this would be the perfect bag to use it on. All right. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and just start sewing these together. 1/8 of an inch. The machine's making noise. I don't think I have it level. Okay, there's a one handle. With these I moved my craft room around a little while ago in my sewing room kind of remodeled a little bit, and I may not have gotten my sewing machine level. That's why it's making those noises. So I gotta figure that out. Vinyl's super slippery. I don't think it's level. All right, there's our other strap. So we'll move on to the next as soon as I figure out why my machine's making so much noise. Okay, let's try that again. All right, so we got our handles done. Now the next thing is we want to grab our front centerpiece. And our front pocket sides. And those should be mirrored. So they're going to go on just like that. Okay. Phew, excuse me. Okay, so we'll do one side at a time. A little bit better. Not quite level. Alright, that's one side. Let's do the other side. All right, there's our front. So the next thing we want to do is put our front pocket, get our front pocket lining piece. And put those right sides together. So I'm using for my lining, I'm using a dogwood canvas from curl up in there. Where did I get it? It was on sale. Usually their stuff is pretty expensive. But I really like their... Oh, it's a dogwood denim. That's what this is. Nobody wants to see your butt there, latte. Alright, so there's our front pocket. And then we are going to take the main front centerpiece and main front center, and we're going to put those right sides together. I know my directional fabric is not directional, but that's okay. I wasn't paying attention. And then oh, and the fabric, this dogwood denim is from Spoonflower. Like I said, it was on sale, so otherwise their stuff is pretty spendy. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is put this, line up the bottom, clip these sides together. then we are going to take our front side pieces and we're going to put them right here on each side. So I'm going to use some extra clips just because my okay, then we're going to sew down each side. I have my stitch setting set at 4.5, just FYI. That's what I sewed through my little bag, is 4.5. I like it, the stitches are good, they stay. Flip that. This is going to get a little thick. Like I said, the vinyl that I'm using is a really thick vinyl. It's almost leather. It's very heavy. Almost feels like plus 2 ounces, maybe 2.5 ounces. Okay, I'll do the other one. All right. So now we're going to work on our top file. So this is what your front should look right now. It has the slip pocket. Okay, so let's work on the flap. I'm going to put these wrong sides together. And we're just going to sew around the edge, leaving the top open. do the other side. Do this side. This side's sticky. I'm going to use my pinking shears and I'm going to go around this whole edge. At least around the corners. I might even take my little, just make little notches in here. Just so it folds a little bit nicer. Okay. I have a wonderful tool that I got from Bags by Cat. I love this thing. We're going to just push these. So this is going to be my going to be the top of my bag. An inch all the way around. There's a magnet, so as my closure, a snap magnet, which works too. All right. So now that we have that installed, we're going to go ahead and sew this onto here, just like that. Okay. So I think we're going to just base this. So we need to base this on, and then we're going to put our handles on. So we're getting to the point where you reconsider the fabric that you used. I'm to that point here in a minute. So now we're going to add our handles. Yeah, this is going to be pretty thick. Make sure they're not twisted. Okay, and we're going to base these on. So when I put like handles and stuff like this on, I like to start in the middle of, so it doesn't go crooked. So I'm going to start in the middle, and then I'm going to reverse, and then go forward, and then reverse back to the middle again. That way they don't move. Just a little trick I learned. Okay. Same thing on this side. Basting them on, start in the middle. Make sure they're straight. Just go nice and slow. sorry. Then we have it like this. We just sewed this on, and we're gonna flip everything up. The handle, the flap, and then we're gonna sew along this edge at an 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, that's gonna get pretty thin. Okay. So now we want to make our marks for the other part of the closure. So whichever you decided to use, it's going to be on the center. And install the other piece of my magnet. Small piece of Decoville light to put on the back of this. And then the back piece. Oh, these little ones are hard to put on. Okay, and then I'm going to put some duct tape over top of that to protect the fabric. good. And let's make sure it looks good. All right. That is our front of the bag. Looks cute. I like it. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. All right. So now we're going to take the main, we're going to set this aside. We're going to take the main back panel and the other handle and the other contrast top piece. And we'll put our handle on here. We're just going to base the handle on. And then we're going to put this top piece on, the top contrast on. And we'll flip that up. And top stitch this. Okay, we're going to sew our bottom on. Let's get our bottom. I got it even now. Close enough anyway. Okay. I'm going to sew the bottom on. Okay, let me flip the bottom down. Top stitch. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing with this one. Okay, and then this one. So flip your seam towards the bottom. And we'll top stitch this. Okay, so I went ahead and prepped my connectors and we're ready to attach them to the side panels. So she had you make some marks on the front and then put some double-sided sticky tape on the back. So I went ahead and did that. And now we're going to go ahead and put these out. Take the double-sided sticky tape off. We're going to center those. Okay, just like that. Do the same thing with this one, and then we'll sew them on. I lost my marks, so I can barely see them. Okay. My marks wiped right off. So I'm going to make those again. Okay. So we're going to sew here, up here, and then down. Same thing on this one. Okay. So now we get our D-ring or our I'm getting some circle rings that I'm going to use. I'm just going to put those on there. And then we're just going to sew this area up here. So I'm going to start at the top, come down across, and then go back up again. And make sure you're centered. And I'm going to use my piece of leather here so my so I used the piece of leather on when I turned it around so my feed dogs wouldn't dig into this. So you just put that underneath your feed dogs and it protects the vinyl. So there is our 2 side panels. Okay, now we just need to fold down the top here. So we're going to put some double-sided sticky tape on here. I shouldn't have used such thick fabric. Put one of these on there so it stays. Okay. There's those. All right, got those folded down. Okay. So these are our gusset pieces, and we have the stabilizer in the center, and then we have the double-sided tape on the other side. So we're going to remove double-sided tape and fold the gusset over. Okay. Oh. Shoot. It's not stuck there. Okay. My double-sided, didn't stick very well. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do, don't forget to mark your centers. Hopefully that won't be too big of a deal. Still folded pretty nice. Got my So we're just going to clip around the edge here. I'm going to clip the center. Another one bites the dust. Okay. And then we sew that on both of them. Get that one ready to go. So let's go ahead and do this one. I run out of clips. I keep throwing them on the floor. Okay. Let's go ahead and sew this. Okay, so the other one. attaching it to the main body of our bag. And why does that not? Oh, it's supposed to be like that. Okay. Scared me. Gosh, I wonder if I should have used like double-sided sticky tape here or something. Just to keep it together. Might be a good idea. To keep these layers together. Oh, we got off track here. How the fuck did we do that? I'm gonna take these, pull it through. So I'm not sure how I got off track. But again, some double-sided sticky tape here might be in order. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good actually. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that just like that, I think. Yep. Okay. Let's see if I can do the other side. Good gravy. You know what? I think I am going to put some double-sided sticky tape on here. At least around the bottom. Just so it doesn't move. Let's do the other side. Okay, so that's what that side looks like. We did good. Not too bad. The benefits of using the same color thread. You can't see the massive mistakes. All right, so let's do this side. Okay, definitely a bonus putting that double-sided sticky tape at least on the rounded corner at the bottom. That went really smooth. Oh yeah, way better. So I recommend that. If you're watching this video, just do it that way. Make sure you put double-sided sticky tape around this bottom corner, because I came off the edge down here as I was coming down this corner. It kind of slipped and I came off the edge here, but I got it sewn back on, so should be good. But this side, I did put the double-sided tape on and it turned out perfect. Okay, all right. I like it. It's a really nice bag. It's really cute. So far, these edges. Okay, so we're going to put some double-sided tape on the inside. On, I don't know if you can see it on this edge right here. On this edge, I'm going to put some double-sided tape. And then we're going to fold it down to the line that we drew. Okay. Goodness, my husband's cooking dinner. It smells so good. It's been in the crock pot all day. Oh my gosh. It smells amazing. I'm getting hungrier and hungrier by the minute. Okay, so that's what we got. That's what it should look like. I'm going to go ahead and just put some clips on these edges here. I'm not sure. I mean, I would think that this... Okay. All right, let's do the other side. Okay. We're going to go ahead and work on our zipper. Okay, so I got my prepared zipper and our recessed zipper pieces. So we are going to, so I already prepared my zipper. We folded it at 90 degrees and then I sewed along both edges. And then now we need to take both of these and put these right side together and sew one end together. Okay. And then we mark the lines on each end. And use some double-sided sticky tape, so I'm going to do that. Okay, I'll grab my double-sided sticky tape. Okay. Go shut my door. Okay, we'll put our double-sided sticky tape on here. I haven't made this bag before, so we're doing it together. Okay. And now take the double-sided tape off and fold these down. To the line. Okay. Okay. So now we take our zipper and we put it inside, right up against the sewn edge. And even with the raw edge. Right side up. Right side up, right side up, right side up. Okay. And then we line up the raw edge with the zipper and the other raw edge on the other side. And why isn't that even? Okay. And then we stitch that together. And I'm going to go ahead and burn that where I cut it off. Okay. And then we trim this. I'm going to trim my corner. Push that zipper through. Use my little tool, get in there, see if I can't make a really nice corner out of that. Not too shabby. And then I'm going to line up the raw edges on this side, and I'm going to clip them together. this will be helpful. So I'm also going to trim off. Don't cut your zipper. Just trim that bulkiness right there on both sides. But don't cut your zipper. Like that. And then when you pull on your zipper, it'll push those down in like that. It'll work, promise. Okay, now we're going to sew this. We're going to top stitch this. So I like to start at on the raw edge side. So just like down here. So I like to just start at the raw edge. Base this. Okay. And then I'm going to pull on my zipper. Make sure that gets tucked in. Okay, and then I'm going to turn. And I'm just going to lay it flat. And just sew it up. Do the same thing to the other side. We're going to lay it like this. Come on, get in there. Darn it. Just like that. clips to pick up. Okay. And same thing. I'm just going to start here. Okay. There is our zipper. Okay. So now we are going to work on the interior slip pocket. So let's go ahead and just put this, we can put her, you can put your zipper on here if you want, but I'm going to wait until after, till it's already in. That's one of the last things I do. Okay, so I'm back. We are starting on the slip pocket. So let's go ahead and get those pieces. So my slip pocket pieces, I'm going to put these right side together. And we're going to sew along the top and along the bottom, leaving the sides open. Bottom. Okay, and then we're going to flip this right side out. And if you want, you can take this to your press iron and iron it flat. However, I'm probably not going to do that. I'm going to decide. Let's see. I gotta pick up all those clips. All right. Press up the bottom. Okay. Looks good. Okay, and then we're just going to top stitch along the top. I think I ran out of, I did. I changed my bobbin thread really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm just going to clip this. I'm going to start right in the hole that I ended in, and I'm going to back stitch and then go forward again. Get this pushed out better. All right. Okay. So there is that. And now, centerpiece. And then we basted sides, bottom, and back up. So I make sure it's laying flat. Okay. And then we'll get our side pieces that I need to cut. Give me just a second. We'll get our side pieces and put. Okay. So here's our side pieces. And we're just going to sew these on as directed in the pattern. And then we're going to open this up and we'll just top stitch down both sides. right back. And then we'll work on our zipper pocket, interior zipper pocket next. Okay, let's go ahead and start on the, put this aside and start on the zipper pocket. So I kind of got it ready. So this is your zipper pocket lower part, and then the zipper goes face down, and then the inner zipper pocket goes right side down over the zipper. So you can base this on here and then put this on. I'm just going to go ahead and do it all at the same time. And I'm going to add my zipper pull after I get done sewing this on. So we're just going to open this up. And you can press this if you want. I'm just going to finger press it open. And then we are going to top stitch these. Just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put my zipper pull on. Just like that. And now we're going to take this bottom piece and we're going to fold it up, aligning it with the edges of the other side and the top edge of the zipper. And we'll base this on. Okay. So I got my piece recut. So we want it like this. So we're going to lay it flat, lining up the edges and the raw edge. I'm going to move my zipper pulled back a little bit. Okay. Sew this on. Okay, and with your needle down, we're going to move our zipper out of the way again. And line this up with the edges. Okay. Then we flip this up. And top stitch. Okay, now I'm going to cut my zipper ends even with the edges. And then I'm going to burn the edges of my zipper. Okay. So we have our other two side pieces, and we're going to go ahead and put those on. It's a little longer. We'll trim it. It's okay. All right. Oops. Go ahead and sew this on. Make sure your zipper pull is on. Just a friendly reminder. I'll trim the bottom later. Okay. So if at this point you open it up and you're like, oh crap, I didn't put my zipper pull on, take this side off, undo it, let her rip, and then put your zipper pull on, and then sew this back on. Just double check, make sure you have it on there. Just ask me how I know. Just top stitch this. And top stitch this side. Okay. All right. There's our other interior piece. So we have our zipper pocket and our slip pocket ready to go. Okay, let's put the final pieces together on our interior. So we're going to need the recess zipper. So what we want is we want to make sure that this curved edge, we want to make sure that the zippers open the same way. So I want this curved edge, and we're going to put it, so we're going to start with the zipper pocket, and we're going to center that right side up along the top edge, with our zipper opening the same way that the zipper is opening on our zipper pocket. Okay. And then we're going to take our upper contrast, and we have these angled edges, so this will be our top. So we want the shorter edges across the top of this, so that when we flip it up, the angled, taller, the longer edges are at the top. Okay, and then we'll center this. Just like that. Line it up on the edges. Okay, and then we'll sew this on. Make sure that your zipper tail's out of the way. You're not sewing it to the... Okay. And then we're going to flip all of it up. Zipper and the contrast top. Flip all of it up. Press this out. And we're going to top stitch along here. Sideways at the end there, that's all right. All right, there's one of our linings done. Let's do the other side. Same thing, zipper up, centered. So you'll notice that this one's going the opposite direction, so that when we put them together like this, they'll be going the same way. Okay. Line it up with the top edge, centered. Okay, and again, shorter edge, centered. sew this one. And then again, flip everything up. That's zipper pockets like really hard. And then we'll top stitch this. Off on my measurements a little bit. Put my zipper pocket up. Seems awful high. Maybe next one I'll move the zipper pocket down just a little bit, or the slip pocket down just a little bit. Seems awful high. That's good though. Okay, so now that we have both of these done, I'm going to clip my tail, fold my tail and clip it so it doesn't get in the way. Just like that. And we're going to put right sides together, lining up our seams. It's okay, we'll figure that out later. Just make sure that your seams are even, lined up. It'll all work out in the end. Okay. So far, so good. Let's see. We are sewing the sides and the bottom. we're going to box our corners. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our seams line up. And I like to just fold them. Nest them together like that. One goes one way, one goes the other. Same with the other side. One goes that way, one goes that way. Make sure they're going in the same direction so they don't get twisted. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just box sew these. Sorry that you can't see. Okay, so now we're going to put some double-sided sticky tape. Take my clips off. I'm going to do a measurement since I didn't use any stabilizer on these. I'm going to go ahead and measure how far I need to fold these down to, and I'll put my double-sided sticky tape on, and I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and trimmed my seams on the side of the bag and the bottom down to 1/8 of an inch, and then except for the top piece where you put your line, or if you used a stabilizer, you can trim from the top of the stabilizer down to the bottom of the bag, but leave your little tabs up top here. So leave like 1 inch up here. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and remove the double-sided tape and fold these down to the line or to the stabilizer, whichever. So I'm just going to start here in the middle. And we're just going to fold that down. I'm going to put a clip here, and I'm going to put a clip here, just to keep those seams. Okay. So, if you want to take a break, now would be a good time before we do this. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and put our interior inside of our exterior and sew everything together. Right down inside there. We will line up our side seams. Get that centered. That's going to be thick. And we'll just clip all the way around. So I think what I might do is add another piece of double-sided sticky tape to the interior or the exterior, either one, just so I can line this up, and when I sew it, it doesn't slip and slide, because this is really slippery and I have a feeling that I might. So I'm going to do that really quick and come back to you. Okay, so I went ahead and added double-sided sticky tape to this, and now I'm going to go ahead and put this on inside, lining up the top edges all the way around, just like that. And then I also, where this is, where these two seams meet, I also did a piece of double-sided tape there, just so that wouldn't come apart. Okay, and we're just gonna line up our edges here. Okay, looks good. Keep going all the way around. Take this double-sided tape off. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. We got that centered there. Okay, now let's do this side. Take this off. All right. That looks really good. Let's go ahead and clip this all the way around. All right, we're home stretch. Almost there. Looks good, guys. Looks really good. Okay. There we are. Our interior fits really nice in there. Looks good. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start on my seam here on my edge, so I know you guys can't see this, but I'm going to start right here. And make sure that your rings are down. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is like really thick. Sorry that you can't see this. Make sure your handles are out of the way. Make sure your zipper is out of the way. We're getting there. I'm sorry that you can't see this. But just go all the way around the bag the best you can. Make sure that anytime you want to move or reposition that your needle is down so you don't lose your place and get messed up stitches. Okay, we're almost at the end. That's it. I don't look very good at this edge. It's really good. Very nice. Let's put our zipper pull on the top and our zipper end. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to melt the end of my zipper here. And then I'm just going to use a couple pieces of not so sticky double-sided tape. And I'm going to put it just at the ends. Both sides of the tape here. And then take that off. Okay, so I don't know if you can see what I did. I just put double-sided sticky tape on the ends on the sides of this, and then I'm just going to fold these over like that. Oops. Try to get it so it, and then I'll fold this one over like that. So there's the end of our zipper tape. Nice and even, and then we'll take our zipper end and we'll just stick it on there. Looks good. Grab our handy dandy screwdriver and we'll go ahead and put the screw that all the way in nice and tight. Perfect. Look at that. There is our bag. And we just add our crossbody strap and it'll be done. So there you have it. Looks good. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.